What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Pet Shop Boys, and we're back with another B-side included in the expanded folder for the 1993 album Very. Thank you again to Seb. And this one, I believe, is a B-side to Go West, and it's Shameless, and that's not a qualitative description, that's a proper name. So yeah, Shameless, exhibiting no shame, which implies someone who's engaged in behavior, statements, or other activities that should be seen with embarrassment, that are perhaps unseemly, that are inappropriate to the circumstances, self-aggrandizing to the point of being nauseating, or otherwise presenting in a way that is disproportionate to what would be considered respectable, normal, or reasonable. And so in that regard, I wonder who is shameless. I know that Neil and Chris, and maybe particularly Neil with the writing, they're not shy at taking shots at other people in the music industry, so my mind immediately wonders whether this could be either a thinly veiled or more cryptic critique of others in the world of music and songwriting. Either way, I'll see what I can pick up on a first listen. This is Pet Shop Boys. The track is Shameless, and it's apparently the B-side to Go West from the era of their 1993 album Very. I like that. It's a masterclass, and it feels very Pet Shop Boys in every way. I do think it is a specific critique, though maybe not as I perceived it, and I think it's not calling out anyone by name certainly, and I wonder the specifics of its application, but I heard basically everything there, and it's hilarious. The lines are very funny. It is, in a way, very punk rock, by which I mean it's written from the point of view of the person or person type that it's critiquing. So I'll start with the Sonics. I love the very danceable Sonics, especially that like rapid fire bass line almost has a bit of an acidic sound, but it was really like this motor at the bottom of the track. And then there's these bright keyboard flourishes at the top, and then by the end we had these like big like church organ style chords, but it all just came together in a really awesome, fun, and danceable way. Now the verses had a bit more of a serious and driving sound to them, whereas the choruses felt a bit more like synth pop meets disco, like a bit more like bright and glamorous, which again, there's I think maybe some conceptual relevance there. But yes, so it sounds like this is a critique of those who indeed are seeking their 15 minutes of fame, who will do anything with anyone, anywhere, anytime. They'll crawl if they need to get that celebrity. They have no integrity, no embarrassment, no shame, and they're convinced that if they can get that 15 minutes of fame, if they can, prostitute themselves, whether more literally or not, and that's my one sort of confusion here. It's like, it feels like a song that could be talking about people who are in like a adult film industry who are willing to bear it all and perhaps be in the most compromising of situations. If they can just get their name out there and get seen by people, maybe then they'll become famous and they can have the prestige and respect that comes from celebrity. But I don't feel like that's accurate. I feel like it's more people who are willing to like show a lot of skin in television or magazines, or otherwise prostitute themselves less literally but more like, I don't care if I don't really have any talent, I don't care if you're not impressed, but look, I'm going to take off my shirt, and aren't my abs or isn't my chest so desirable that you're going to drool over me? And don't lie, secretly you would hook up with me if you could. You do think I'm hot and attractive, even if you're trying to present yourselves as being judgmental, that I'm somehow shameless. So again, I think there's a lot of cleverness to the writing of the lyrics, even if I'm not quite sure about the application. And I just did a track by Cyndi Lauper. I just reacted to a track by Cyndi Lauper that people said was maybe directed at someone like Anna Nicole Smith. I wonder if this could be applied in a similar sort of area. People who aren't really musicians or actresses per se, but who are just kind of, living off of the immediate physical attributes they may have in a way that seems a bit shallow, and they're willing to again exploit themselves if it means they can get their picture on a magazine cover, if they can be in a commercial, if they can be in a sort of a tabloid publication that'll get people talking about them. But yes, it feels very much like a critique of those who would sell themselves out if it means they can at least, be in the news, be talked about, and maybe even be lusted after by the average citizen, despite the way it'll make them seem as being thirsty, as I think a more young or younger generation might refer to it. The idea of like wanting that fame so bad that you're willing to lower yourself, you're willing to crawl through the ugly aspects of pop culture to get there, even if by the end of it some people might judge you, you still feel like you're big and important, and you're hot and desirable, despite people maybe being toffee-nosed about that. So it's a very cleverly written song. Sonically, again, I really enjoy it, and it just has that like classic like dance pop, synth pop synthesis. Indeed, like some of the Sonics feel more Neil, the sort of like bright, sweeping melodies and so on, but the bottom of the track, that really dynamic synth bass with a lot of double time energy and drive to it, that felt maybe a bit more crisp. So either way, I would say sonically it's more in the Neil territory, but there's one or two elements where I feel like I can hear Chris's hand at work. either way, just a really cool tune, and it's another example where it's like, this is a B-side, like, this wasn't on the album, incredible, this could definitely have been an album track. So yeah, another really great one from PSB. Shout out to all the folks who shared their music, which it's another deep dive where it's come from some different sources, so very much enjoying it. Once again, big shout out to Seb, who has provided the majority of their material. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Peace.